Hello and welcome. This is Seidat's Admin Features Training. Your webinar host today is me, Emma Ojapuska, and this will take approximately an hour. Before we start, I would like to ask you to follow us on our social medias if you're interested to see what is happening in Seidat. Today's agenda is to see how to manage your Seidat team better. So basically, we're gonna go through team management, user management, in other words. Then we're gonna go through how to manage your presentations. So basically how to organize them, how to find them easily, and how to make sure that people also find their own presentations from the team. We're also going to go through how to manage the brand in your Seidat team, how to organize your image bank, and how to use smart slides. Lastly, we're going to go through how your team's presentations are being viewed. So basically what I mean here is how you can attach analytics to Seidat and what analytics you can already find from your Seidat team. My name is Emma Ojapuska. I work as a customer success manager at Seidat. So basically, my mission here at Seidat is to make sure that our customers are happy and that they stay happy. And please don't hesitate to ask me questions. You can send me an email or then on LinkedIn, for example, if you have any questions regarding how to use Seidat or how to manage your team in Seidat or whatever. I'm happy to help you all. All right. I guess we can get started, but before that, I would like to inform all of you that during this webinar, I will be recording it. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. The chat is open the whole webinar. I will read the questions from there and answer you. Also, if you like, you can open up your microphone and ask the question out loud, but then you will be in the recording. After the webinar, if you are not able to join the full time, we will send you the recording, or then if you have signed up but you weren't able to attend the webinar, you will get the recording, and I guess you're watching now the recording if you did that. All right, let's begin. I'm gonna first tell you a little bit of Seidat. Most likely you are already using Seidat as you are attending user training, but I know that these user trainings are really helpful for also people who are just thinking about using Seidat. So shortly, I'm gonna tell you what Seidat is. Seidat is a cloud-based slide deck platform. You can not only do presentations with Seidat, but you can also do a lot more. So basically, on top of just creating the presentations, you're able to present them with Seidat in multiple situations. If it was a sales meeting, maybe you have a webinar, maybe you're in a seminar, it doesn't matter. You're able to use Seidat in all of those cases. You are also able to share your presentations and maybe also offers, or maybe you have a product deck in your Seidat team. You are able to share them with other people too, just with a link. So we are making material sharing pretty easy for everybody. You're also able to manage your materials. So if you are a marketing person and you want to make sure that all your salespeople are using the best looking materials that are according to your brand, you're able to make sure that that is happening in your whole company if you use Seidat. On top of those things, we're also gonna be going through analyzing your presentation views, for example, but you are also able to analyze a lot more. So you can attach different things, for example, Google Analytics, through Google Tag Manager. You're also able to add other kind of data collectors, and you're able to analyze how your presentations are viewed, and also you are able to attach the presentations that you have in Seidat to the whole sales system. So basically, what I mean with that is that Seidat can be part of your whole sales process. You can add, for example, lead feeder. If you have a HubSpot as a CRM, you can also connect that with Seidat, and you can do a lot more than just the basic presentations that you are gonna be presenting. But all right, I'm gonna switch from the presentation that I'm showing to you to our Seidat team. So I'm gonna show you in practice how to manage your teams better at Seidat. This is just a demo team that I'm showing you. I hope you will also use your own Seidat theme during this webinar. So if you feel like that you want to try out all of these features that I'm showing you at the same time, or organize your Seidat theme at the same time, feel free to do that. Also, you can just check the recording, then stop it when you want to check them out, and then continue after you're done. Or then you can just watch and learn and then try to do these things afterwards. All right. We're gonna go through firstly user management. So you have a Seidat team. I have a Seidat team of 3 people at the moment here. So here is me, Heikki, and Jori. From the users place from Seidat team, you can see all of the users that you have in your team. You can also invite other users. So if you have a new salesperson coming into your team, you just add their email here, invite user as whatever you like, and then press invite and they will get an email invitation to join the team. Now, then about the access levels. So here we have me as an owner and also a brand manager, then Heikki is admin, smart slide editor, and then Jori here is a sharer. You can see all of the access levels from here. So if you press the 3 little dots here, you are able to see all of these. And once you hover the mouse on them, you can see the description of these things. So first, owner. Owner is the owner of the team who has the most rights in your Seidat team. So owner can manage other users. So if I need to give more rights to, for example, Jori, I am an owner, so I can do that too. Also, I can do basically everything that you want to do in your Seidat team. Nothing is restricted. Then admin, it can also add users, delete users, do the user management. But the difference between an owner and the admin is that owner can also see hidden presentations. I'm gonna show you later on what are hidden presentations, so you know what I'm talking about. Then we have also no admin rights. So basically, this is the usual that you have for all the salespeople, for example, who are just using the team, but not needing to do any user management. Then we have the other list. So here are the brand managers, smart slide editors, and so on. First, we have a brand manager. Brand manager is the one who is probably watching this webinar, but brand manager is the one who can do everything when it comes to visualizing and administrating your Seidat team. For example, if you want to add some fonts, you're able to do that. If you want to add pictures, you're able to do that. So basically, they are the ones who are in charge of how your Seidat presentations look like. Brand managers can edit fonts, pictures, smart slides, everything. Then we have a smart slide editor. They cannot do anything for the image or for the visual image of your Seidat presentations. They can make presentations, they can edit the slides, they can also edit smart slides, but they cannot change the fonts, for example. Then we have editor, and editors can also manage presentations. They can make new presentations and they can make changes to slides, add new slides and so on, but they cannot do anything for smart slides. So here, brand manager, smart slide editor, and editor, they're all content managers. And they can edit the content, but with different levels. So brand manager has the most rights, then smart slide editor, and then lastly, editor. Then we have so-called extra users. So these are not content managers. These last 3 cannot edit presentations. So if I have a sharer rights, I can go to my Seidat team, I can look at the presentation and I can share it, I can present it, I can send it to other people. But I cannot make any edits to the presentation or to the slides. Then we have a viewer rights. So viewer can see all the presentations that are there in the team, but they cannot share them. They cannot edit them, they cannot do anything like that. They can just see the presentations, but not do basically anything to them. Then we also have a no rights user. This is something that is rarely used, but in cases where you maybe want to show to some person who is outside of your company some specific presentation, you can add them as a no rights user. So now, if I'm a no rights user and I get invitation to join this team, I will not by default see any presentations. So I will, once I go into the team, I log in, I don't see anything there. I only see a blank page. Once somebody gives me rights to a specific presentation, I am able to see them. So no rights users can only see some specific presentations where they have given rights to. Then, of course, we have here a button. If you want to leave the team, press that and you can leave the team. All right. Then we're gonna go through how to organize your Seidat presentations. This was all about the users, how to keep track of your users, but now we're gonna go through the presentations. So I go to the front page, here, presentations, and now I have all my presentations here. The first question that might pop into your mind once you have a lot of presentation is, where is the folders? The folders are not here and they will not be here. Instead of folders, we have something better. And with better, I mean tags. So if you want to organize your Seidat presentations, you're able to do that with tags. The tags can be found from here. So on the right hand side corner, you have this tick, you press it, and now you have all of your tags here. Now, if you are a brand manager in your Seidat team, you are also able to edit these tags. So let's say that I need to have a new tag. Let's say I want to make presentations about webinars, so I want to have a tag, webinar. I would add here, webinar, add tag, and now it's there. Also, if I want to delete some tags, I just press the X mark here and then they will be gone. Now, close, I have it there. All right. Now, from the user point of view, it is very important that you pin the most important tags. So, for example, my name is Emma. I use English and Finnish presentations. I also use presentations that are pitch decks, proposals, sales presentations, or then templates. So now I have pinned all of these tags. The pinning happens from here. So now let's say that I want to use this webinar tag and I want to use that a lot. So I would pin it to my front page of Seidat by pressing this little button. Now you can see that it is here. Now I'm going to show you in practice how the tags work. So I have already tagged my presentations. I'm going to also show how it happens, but now I already have my presentations tagged. And if I want to search something, I can of course use the search from here. Maybe I want to find my own presentation that has my own name on it, Emma. Okay, yeah, here it comes. But if I have a lot of presentations, I'm not quite sure what the name of them are. Maybe I have a lot of customer presentations. I don't remember the customer's name. Maybe it's hard to write or anything. Then I'm gonna be using tags. So now I want to see all the presentations that are templates. I'm gonna press templates here. It becomes blue, and now I only see the presentations that are tagged as a template. Now I only want to see presentations that belong to me. So I would press here Emma, and now I only have 2 presentations that are tagged with Emma, as none of the others are belonging only to me. Now, if I want to see, for example, sales presentations, I press this, and now I only want to see sales presentations that are mine. I press Emma, and now there's only one. So basically, this is how you can filter out the presentations and find the specific presentation for a specific purpose. Usually, we and also our customers have tags for everybody's name, so then it's easy to find your own presentations. Also, the purpose of the presentation. So for example, proposal, sales, templates, whatever. It can also be customer industries or whatever suits you the best, but that is one thing that you should have. So basically the purpose of the presentation. Then if you have multiple languages, you should also have the languages as tags. So now I see only Finnish presentations. I press it, I only see now English presentations. So that is how you can keep your presentations organized in the front page. If you want to add tags to an existing presentation, you go to the presentation settings. So I press here, edit presentation, here, presentation settings, and now tags. So here I can add as many tags as I like, and then also delete them if they are not necessary. If I want to add tags to a new presentation, I can do it immediately once I start creating the presentation. So now I'm gonna be pressing create presentation, and it will be asking about the tags already here. I would add them here and then create presentation, and this presentation would be then tagged. Also, if I want to duplicate a presentation, it will automatically suggest that you put the same tags as in the previous one, but if this is no longer gonna be a template, this is gonna be a customer-specific presentation, I would just delete this template tag by pressing it right here. Alright, so that is how to keep your presentations in order. I know tags might be something that you're not used to, but I'm telling you, once you start using them, it becomes really easy. Then, how to keep your presentations organized, not talking only about tags, but also naming the presentations. As you can see, this is quite simple that we have here. Pitch deck template, Finnish language presentation for customer ABC, whatever. I suggest that you always put the name according to the presentation so that you wouldn't have a presentation that have no name, or Emma's presentation number 2, because that doesn't tell anybody anything. So always name according to the purpose, and also remember to tag the presentation. Now, if you want to use access levels, so basically if you want to hide your presentations, you can do that from pressing this button. So if you have a presentation, you are not ready to show it to anybody else yet, you can do that. So by pressing this, you have here maximum team access. So basically it means that all my team will have the same access level to this presentation as they have in the team. So for example, Jori was a sharer in my team, so Jori can only share this presentation. Heikki was an editor, I guess, in my team, so Heikki can edit this presentation. But now if I want to restrict the access, I would press here, the 3 little dots, then no access and hidden. So now it means that once I do this, I am the only one who can see this presentation. The other options here is that you can add editing rights to everybody, or then you can add sharing rights to everybody, or then viewing rights. If people have viewing rights for this presentation or sharing rights to these presentations, they cannot edit it. Only the people who are in the second place can edit this. So now I put maximum team access is viewing, so all the other people in my team can only see this presentation, they cannot do anything else. Now, if I want to add Heikki here, I want to edit this presentation with Heikki, I would press here, add user, select Heikki, and then give him the editor access. Now, once I press update permissions, you can see that this is blue, so it means that it has been somehow updated. It's not the default access. And then if Heikki comes here, he can edit this presentation. If Jori comes to the team, he cannot. Also, now I was telling you before about the hidden presentations that owners can see. So now that I do a hidden presentation, let me press here and then no access hidden. And now nobody else will be able to see this presentation except for the owner. The owners will always have this little button here on the right corner. It says show hidden. Once I press it, I will be seeing, okay, this is my hidden presentation, so I am not going to be seeing it there because I see it in the front page. But let's say that if Heikki has, for example, hidden a presentation from me, I press this button, I'm going to be seeing that. So just so you know, owners can always see all the presentations if they like to. Alright, then that is how you keep your presentations organized. That's how you restrict the access to them or hide them, or then give more access to the presentation if you want. Next up, we're gonna go through smart slides. So if smart slides are not yet familiar to you, they mean slides that are linked to each other. So if I have a smart slide in my presentation here, for example, this is a smart slide. I know that it is a smart slide because it has this white little triangle on the right corner. Now, if I make edits to this specific slide, as it is a smart slide, I move this from here to here. I press save, and now, as it is a smart slide, it will be updated in all the presentations where this smart slide is used. So basically, smart slides make your life easier, as you can update them from one place and the changes will be happening in all the presentations. You should also note that once you make changes to smart slides or any slides and update them, they will be updated also in the links that have been sent out to. So just so you know, it is updated everywhere. And now, if I want to see all my smart slides and manage them easily, I would go here and press Smart Slides, and now I am able to see all the smart slides that I have here. If I would have a lot of smart slides and a lot of presentations, I could be able to see here in how many presentations this has been used. Now, this is just an example account, so that's why this is only used in 2 presentations. But if I want to see in which presentations this has been used, I can just press this and then I get the list here. Now, this is where you can manage all the smart slide. If you want to, for example, name them. Now, this is no more product, this is product page. Now the name has been changed. If I want to create a new smart slide, I can do it from here, name it, and then also if I now don't want to use this, I can press here and then just delete. And now I don't have it anymore. If I delete a smart slide from the smart slides place here, it will not be deleted from the presentation. So, for example, now that this has been used in 2 presentations, and I would go here, press unlink and delete, it will unlink this slide from Smart Slides and it will delete it from the Smart Slides place, but it will not delete it from the presentation. So after that, the smart slide that was in the presentation will no longer be a smart slide, but it will be a normal slide. I'm not gonna do it at the moment, but that is how you can do it. Now, if you're updating your smart slides, you might want to do it so that you first create a new smart slide, and then once it is ready, you then change it to the new one. As if you are in the middle of changing it, then something happens, you have to go. It will, once you press the save button, it will be saved in all the presentations like that. So you first want to create a normal slide and then later on merge them together. So here you can see we have company presentation slide, also here company presentation smart slide. These 2 look similar and I want to merge these together. I will press here and then also this check mark here. And now I have this option, replace all. So now these are basically duplicates. I can also see it from here that yes, these are same slides. So I don't need 2 of them. I will press here, replace all. And now I only have 1 smart slide. And now in the other presentations where the other smart slide was not changed. So now it is just one smart slide. Nothing happened, it is not deleted or anything like that. If you have multiple languages in your Seidat team, I would suggest that you also name the smart slides so that it has the little country code, or I don't know what is the right language code, maybe right word for that. But if I would have here, for example, here's cover Finn, so this is the Finnish language cover slide, and then this is English, so I would put here eng. So now I know which is which, and if I'm updating these presentations, it is easy for me to see that, okay, we don't have this in both languages, for example. Yeah, so that's all about smart slides. Next up, images. Images can be found here. Here you would have multiple folders or just one folder like I do have, and you will find all the pictures that you can use in your Seidat theme from here. This is quite simple. We have a folder system in the for the images, so I don't know if there's anything hard to understand in this, but I'm gonna show you some tricks that will help you once you're updating the pictures. So now let's say that I have a logos here. This is my new logo, and this is my old logo. I do not want to have this logo anymore, anywhere. And once I do this, that I press this one, and now I'm pressing Command from my keyboard, or Control if you don't have a MacBook, and now I have an option to replace here too. So if I press this one and select the one that I want to be shown later on, I am able to merge these together once again. So if I would press replace all, then the other old logo will be changed to new logo in all the presentations where this picture is used. So this is very handy once your customers' logos are changing, or your own logo is changing, or maybe you just want to use a different type of picture. You have a nighttime picture during the winter as a background, and you want to switch it to daylight picture during the summertime. You are able to do it easily from here. So that's all about Image Bank. It is quite easy. There shouldn't be any hassle with that. You can upload all the pictures from here. You can also upload them while you're editing. That should be quite easy to do. Then we're gonna go to brand settings. So here I'm pressing this one, and what you can see from here is all the text styles and the colors you have chosen at your Seidat theme. So I have a lot of colors here. These are the colors that will be suggested once I create a new presentation and I add, for example, an element there. I will be suggested to use some of these colors. I can also put from or add another color from the color palette in the editor, but these are the ones that will be there, the first things. Then default slide background color. So once somebody adds a new slide, completely blank slide, you change this. If you want them to be red, you press this, and then all the new slides will be by default red. Then later on we have here all the fonts that are available at the Seidat theme. So if you're used to using, for example, PowerPoint, you are used to having access to all the fonts and all the sizes of fonts or text styles at one time. We have different selected text styles for each Seidat theme. So now we have these fonts. I can also see from the bottom the previews, so I can see how they look like. The idea of this is that all of the material that is being created in your Seidat theme will have the fonts that you have, or the text styles you have selected. So if I want to use, for example, Comic Sans in my Seidat theme, I'm creating a new slide, I will not be able to do that because Comic Sans is not part of the text styles I have here. If you want to add new text styles, it is easy. You press here, you name it accordingly. Let's say small text black. I put the font that I want to have here. Let's say this one. It's gonna be light, really small one. And then if I want to change the spacing and so on, I do it here. From here, also the colors, and then if I want this to be a default font, I would press this button, or if I want it to be in uppercase letters, I would press this one. Alright, now we can see that it is here, and once I go to the editor, I am able to see this font there. Now, once you are first you have default fonts in your Seidat theme, and these fonts can be shown in the default presentations that you have in the Seidat theme. If you delete these fonts and add a new font, the old presentations might not look that great. So before you start editing these fonts to a new one, you should be aware that these might not look the same. It might be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller than the old font, and if you look at the presentation again, it might not look the same. So if you don't want to have all that hassle and see how it works, I suggest you to first add new text styles, then select the font that you want, then select the text styles once you make the new presentation, and then later on, once you know that they look good, you can change them to all of the presentation and then delete these fonts from here if you no longer need them. You can also be brave and just edit these fonts or text styles, press here, I want to have this one, and then it might actually look good. It might not be that different than the old one. So it might work like that, but be careful with these, as if you're doing the edits while somebody is having a presentation, they are updated automatically at the same time. So don't do it if you're not sure. Then, the last thing that we're gonna do here today is talk about analytics. So firstly, I would like to talk to you about the analytics that we have in Seidat. In Seidat, we offer analytics if you send out your presentations with the link to another people. I would go here, share presentation, create a new link, and then from here I am able to see how many people outside my Seidat team has viewed this link. So I would name this accordingly. So if I'm sending this to, for example, Paulus, I'm gonna write here, send to Paulus, and once Paulus opens this and has seen the presentation, here it will say viewed once. So this counts all the views that happen outside of your Seidat theme. But if I send this link to Jori, who is already in my Seidat team, nothing will happen here. So it only counts the viewers outside of your Seidat team. Then, that is what we have at the moment in Seidat, in the system. All the analytics is here. Usually, for salespeople, this is enough. So it is enough to know how many people are viewing your presentation or how many times it has been viewed. But if you want to have more specific analytics, you can put Google Analytics or attach Google Analytics to your Seidat team. So it happens from here. You go to Team Settings, and here you put Google Analytics Tracking ID here. Once you have the tracking ID in the Seidat team, you are able to have analytics that look basically like this in your Google Analytics account. So what we have here is information of how many people are viewing my presentations, how much time do they spend on each slide, what presentation has gained the most audience, and so on. This can be found from Google Analytics from behavior. Then you go to site content, you press all pages, and from here, if you want to search by the name of the Seidat presentation, you press here page title. Once I have pressed that, I can just search for a specific presentation here, and then I have all that data available here. Then another option is to have Google Tag Manager container ID in your Seidat theme. With Google Tag Manager, you're able to track people who are watching your Seidat presentation. So basically you can add Google Analytics through Google Tag Manager, but you can do also much more. So basically what Google Tag Manager does is it enables you to collect data from the viewers of your Seidat presentations to other systems. So for example, CRMs, or maybe you have a Facebook pixel or Google Ads, you want to have that pixel in your Seidat presentation so you can do remarketing or retargeting to your Seidat presentation viewers. You're able to do that with Google Tag Manager. Then also you're able to do some automations with Seidat. So we have an open API, but the easier way, at least in my opinion, is to do that with Zapier. So if you want to do some automations, you are able to, for example, make it automatic to create a new proposal. Let's say that you have a CRM where you put the deal to one phase, it will go through Zapier to Seidat, then it will ask Seidat to create a new presentation, maybe put some specific text in the presentation, for example, the person's name or the company name. Then it can create a link and even send it further, and that is happening automatically through Zapier from your CRM to Seidat. So there are multiple options of what you can do and what all of the things that you can automate, but my advice here is to first think that do you have something that you would like to automate? Are there processes that can be automated? Because if you just start first looking at Zapier, oh, I can do this, I can do that, it might be nice to know these things, but it might not be necessary. So first think that what I want to achieve, then we can look into if it's possible and how it is possible. At the moment, if you want to know more about automations or how to use Google Analytics or how to put Google Tag Manager in your Seidat theme, you can find all of that information from our support page. So basically, you go to our support page, which you can find from your Seidat theme. If you press support menu from the right hand side corner and then support site, you find it from there. And just write anything you want to know from there. And if you don't find an answer there, we also have a chat. So the chat will be opening here on the right corner. Once you press it, there will be somebody there giving you advice. Usually it's me, but sometimes it might be somebody else too. All right, I guess that is it. Now I would like to ask if anybody has any questions for me about analytics, the brand settings, whatever. Okay, we have a team here in the chat. I'm gonna read first the question and then I'm answering. If I, as an admin, exclude someone from the team, will the hidden presentations of that person become visible? They will actually not be visible automatically. Once you delete somebody from the team, so let's say that I would go from here to users, and now I'm gonna be deleting Jori from here, and Jori has hidden a presentation. Once I press this remove user button, it will ask what I want to do with the presentations that had been hidden. So then I can either have them deleted or then change the owner to everybody or whatever I like, but it will ask that beforehand. So it will not automatically be visible for everybody else. Other questions? Thank you, Tim. If there is nothing to ask, feel free to contact me afterwards, because I am here every day, Monday to Friday, willing to answer your questions. So please contact us if you have anything that I didn't explain thoroughly enough, or if you just want to have a chit chat, feel free to contact us. And also, If you're interested in our other webinars that we have, you can find all of them from our website. So here you press webinars and here will be all the upcoming webinars, but also the old ones that we have already had. So for example, this one we already had. If you press this sign up and join, you will get the recording. So if there's something you missed, you are still able to see the presentations afterwards. Webinars, not presentations. I'm talking about presentations every day, so I get lost with my words. All right, but if there are no more questions, I want to thank you all for joining and have a nice rest of the day. Thank you.